Good morning, students. Hi to all. Yes, in previous lecture, we found antenna parameters. So we are up to now good knowledge about antenna parameters till now. So in previous video lecture, we found how to define beam area and beam solid angle. Now in this video lecture, we move towards next parameter called radiation intensity. For any electrical field or electric forces or for electrostatic, so intensity is very important under calibration parameter. Yes or no? Yes, very good. So that is in particular antennas, radiation intensity is one of the important parameter. Radiation intensity is one of the important parameter to understand the depth, to understand the concentration of the radiation for our further extent. So in previous literature, in previous slides, you are familiar about this one. What is this one? In previous slide, you are familiar about normalized power patterns. So this is the field pattern normalized. So field E theta of theta comma phi to E phi of theta comma phi maximum. So in similar way, now we have so radiation intensity. Simple definition, very simple definition up to now. So for one unit solid angle, so you are familiar about beam area or beam solid angle. Here power radiated from one antenna, power radiated by the antenna per one unit solid angle. Power radiated from an antenna for one unit solid angle. So that is simply called radiation intensity. Clear? So that is the power radiated. Try to practice power radiated from an antenna per one unit solid angle is called radiation intensity. Sometimes this radiation intensity may helps to define normalized power pattern also. Sometimes this intensity is helpful to estimate normalized power pattern also. What is the normalized power pattern? So normalized power pattern is simply the ratio of radiation intensity to its maximum value. Therefore, normalized power pattern can be expressed in terms of ratio of radiation intensity to what is the radiation intensity symbol U of what is the radiation intensity letter U of theta comma phi. Very good. U of theta comma phi. So this is the u of theta comma phi is the radiation intensity. U of theta comma phi is the radiation intensity. So the normalized power pattern can be defined as ratio of normalized, that is the radiation intensity, ratio of radiation intensity to maximum radiation intensity, maximum radiation intensity. So Pn of theta comma phi, Pn of theta comma phi equal to u of theta comma phi to u of theta comma phi maximum value. So therefore u of theta comma phi to u of theta comma phi maximum equal to s of theta comma phi to s of theta comma phi to its maximum. So this normalized power pattern depends upon distance from the antenna. That is, this distance may be vary inversely to the square of the distance. Why? Because for the field power pattern equal to square of the field pattern. Yes, you are absolutely correct. Your guess is correct. So where power pattern, that pointing vector defines this pointing vector, where pointing vector depends upon distance from the antenna, where pointing vector depends upon distance from the antenna to radiation intensity is independent. That is, radiation intensity is independent on the particular distance where the far field criteria available. So finally, the radiation intensity in this slide, everybody uh, watching the content on your screen, this slide belongs to antenna parameter radiation intensity. How to define the radiation intensity? The amount of power, that is the power radiated from the antenna per unit solid angle is called radiation intensity. So power radiated from the antenna per unit solid angle is called radiation intensity. So normalized power pattern by using the radiation intensity can be expressed in equation form. Pn of theta comma phi equals to u of theta comma phi to u of theta comma phi maximum value. Good. So second, next parameter you are watching on your screen. Next parameter called beam efficiency. So you are familiar about beam area or beam solid angle. So the beam area or beam solid angle can be expressed in terms of this beam efficiency. So beam area or beam solid angle, the main concentration is nothing but total summation of major and minor. So for example, your beam area or beam solid angle equal to ohm A. So this is a symbol for a beam area or a beam solid angle that equal to your ohm A. So that beam area individually consisting the main beam area, that is called main plus minor. So from this knowledge, total beam area can be expressed as ohm A. Ohm A equal to ohm major plus ohm minor. So you are watching on your screen the beam area efficiency. So from this equation, this is the important equation. Here I am highlighting. Here I am highlighting the equation for beam area in terms of major area plus minor area. Clear? Try to note down this equation. So total beam solid angle equal to addition of major main beam area plus minor beam area. So from this equation as a reference, now we are defining the parameter beam efficiency. So this beam efficiency can be represented in abbreviation epsilon m. So epsilon m. So this epsilon m may be called as the ratio of major m for major beam area. So that is the ratio of main beam area. That is here main beam area to total beam area. That is called here beam efficiency. So in your notebooks, try to note the first equation as beam area equal to major plus minor. Second definition, beam efficiency equal to ratio of major main beam area to total beam area. That is called beam efficiency. So this beam efficiency can be represented by the ratio of minor lobe area to total beam area. This is the ratio of minor to total. So beam efficiency equal to sigma m, that is the epsilon m. So for this epsilon m, we are having the beam efficiency. So from this equation 2, updated equation is stray factor. So what is the stray factor? Epsilon epsilon m. So what is epsilon m? That epsilon m equal to ohm small m divided by ohm a. So that is the another equation you are watching on the screen. First one here in this slide we have three definitions. So one is total beam area in terms of major and minor. Second one, beam efficiency, that is the second definition called beam efficiency. And the third definition, stray factor. So stray factor can be defined by ratio of minor lobe area to total beam area, that is called stray factor. Clear? So by using these three definitions, for problems we are concluding summation of beam efficiency plus stray factor equal to unity. For a competitive examination in this topic, epsilon m, that epsilon m plus epsilon small m, equal to unity value or 1. So this slide, so you are watching beam efficiency slide. So now we are moving towards next parameter, directivity and gain. Very important popular definitions in first unit, directivity and gain. So directivity can be represented by capital D, alphabet D. Gain can be represented in antennas, alpha, capital letter G. So this directivity and gain are most important parameters of antenna design. So the directivity and gain both are very important parameters for antenna design. So first parameter, directivity. This directivity can be represented by using the power density values. So power density values are divided into two values, that is maximum power density, average power density. You know maximum power density, that is watts per square meter. Similarly, average power density. So the ratio of maximum power density to average power density is known as.
Hello students.
So directivity equal to ratio of maximum power density to average power density, P of theta comma phi max divided by. So directivity equation you are watching on your screens, directivity equation. So directivity capital D equal to equation, write down in your books, equation D equal to P of theta comma phi maximum divided by P of theta comma phi average. So D equal to P of theta comma phi maximum divided by P of theta comma phi average. This is called directivity for a antenna pattern. D equal to P of theta comma phi divided by P of theta comma phi average. So that is simply called here P of theta comma phi max divided by P of theta comma phi average. So note down in your books that directivity equal to P of theta comma phi maximum value divided by P of theta comma phi average value. So key point from directivity has a dimensionless quantity, simply numerical 1, 2, 3, etc. So in practical antenna designing, directivity is the evaluation parameter to know the effectiveness of the antenna design. So directivity is dimensionless quantity and always either equal to 1 or greater than 0.
Hello. Mute लेगा.
So from example, so next in your notebooks, in next step, denominator. What is the denominator term here? P of theta comma phi average is the denominator. So P of theta comma phi average equal to left hand side. Now we are developing equation. Now we are developing equation for denominator term. So what is the average means overall sphere, So P of theta comma phi average. So this overall sphere equal to 1 divided by 4 pi, 1 divided by 4 pi, double integration, theta equal to 0 to pi. So in your notebook starts to write down P of theta comma phi average. Write down P of theta comma phi average left side, that equal to P of theta comma phi average equation rastunnam. This equation can be directly the average equation, that equal to theta is the both the elevation plane and azimuthal plane. Take theta reading and phi reading. Theta reading in antennas always 0 to pi, phi reading equal to 0 to 2 pi. Therefore, integration 0 to pi, double integration 5 0 to 2 pi, ratio 1 by 4 pi. దీనికి మన ఇక్కడ ఫంక్షన్ రాయాలి, పవర్ ఫంక్షన్ p of theta comma phi sin t theta d theta d phi. So put equation 2, this box equation 1, note this box equation 1, write equation 2 for this equation. This equation has number 2. Now for this equation, simplified form, ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ ఇంకా మనం కొంచెం సింప్లిఫైడ్ చేద్దాం. ఇన్ ప్రీవియస్ స్లైడ్ sin theta d theta d phi, sin t theta d theta d phi ని మనం d omega d ohm గా రాసుకున్నాం, beam area. So therefore next equation, yes, కిందకి రండి. After second equation, next step, p of theta comma phi average equal to 1 by 4 pi, same 1 by 4 pi, no change. This 2 integral become as this notation. So double integration overall, this one through a sphere 4 pi, through a sphere 4 pi. Therefore p of theta comma phi, same p of theta comma phi sin t theta d theta d phi, sin t theta d theta d phi. This sin t theta d theta d phi can be represented as d ohm. So third equation in your notebooks, p of theta comma phi average value equal to 1 by 4 pi, double integral p of theta comma phi d ohm. సో పవర్, యావరేజ్ పవర్ కాబట్టి దానికి యూనిట్స్ వచ్చేసి వాట్స్ పర్ స్టెరేడియన్. దేర్ఫోర్ వాట్స్ స్టెరేడియన్ పవర్ -1 ఆర్ ఇన్వర్స్ స్టెరేడియన్, వాట్స్ పర్ ఇన్వర్స్ స్టెరేడియన్. సో 3 ఈక్వేషన్స్ కంప్లీట్ అయినాయి. నౌ రిప్రజెంట్, రీప్లేస్ ఇన్ ఈక్వేషన్ 1. సో ఈక్వేషన్ 1 ని అప్డేట్ చేస్తున్నాం. d ఈక్వల్ టు p ఆఫ్ theta comma phi maximum, డినామినేటర్ లో రీప్లేస్ ఆర్ అప్డేట్ విత్ 1 by 4 pi, డబుల్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ p ఆఫ్ theta comma phi d omega. So bring this numerator p of theta comma phi to the denominator. So 1 by 4 pi, 1 divided by ఈ p of theta comma phi ని denominator లోకి తీసుకురండి. So 1 by 4 pi as it is, double integration p of theta comma phi divided by numerator లో నుంచి తీసుకొచ్చినటువంటి p of theta comma phi maximum. సో సేమ్ d ohm అలానే మీకు ఉండిపోతుంది. సో నోట్ చేశారా? ఎస్. Now this equation again updated as d equal to, denominator లో ఉన్న 4 pi numerator కి వెళ్తుంది, 4 pi divided by double integration p of theta comma phi to p of theta comma phi, the absolute value to maximum value, called normalized function. So pn of theta comma phi d ohm. సో చూడండి, డినామినేటర్ లో టర్మ్ ఇంకా సింప్లిఫైడ్ అవుతుంది. డబల్ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ pn ఆఫ్ theta comma phi d omega ని మనం టోటల్ బీమ్ ఏరియా, బీమ్ సాలిడ్ యాంగిల్ గా ప్రీవియస్ స్లైడ్ లో చూసాం కాబట్టి డైరెక్టివిటీని సింప్లిఫైడ్ గా మనం 4 pi డివైడెడ్ బై బీమ్ ఏరియా. సో డైరెక్టివిటీకి బీమ్ ఏరియాకు ఉన్నటువంటి ఇంటర్నల్ రిలేషన్ d equal to, antenna, in our antenna equation we have mother equations. From the mother equation, updated equations are available and there are interrelation. So relationship between one parameter to another parameter, that facility is also available in antenna parameters especially. So look once here, look once here, look once here. Directivity equal to, what is the directivity equal to? 4 pi by ohm, a very popular design equation for our problem, for our problems. So you are identifying directivity. What is the key point, the conclusion from this slide? Directivity equal to numerical value 4 pi divided by total beam solid angle or beam area. This is the conclusion or key point from this directivity slide. So everyone try to note the equation in your notebooks. Try to note the equations in your notebooks, everyone individually. So directivity equal to 4 pi divided by sigma A. Note equations, 1 minute quickly. We move to next topic. Next topic, next parameter. So here we are concluding some of the important key terms. So that equal to normalized value Pn of theta comma phi d ohm equal to ratio of P of theta comma phi maximum to the P of theta comma phi. That is the normalized power. So the key points what we discussed in previous previous slide. Thus directivity is ratio of directivity is ratio of area of the sphere to the beam area, 4 pi divided by beam area. Therefore directivity equal to may also explained defined as 4 pi steradians. So area of the sphere 4 pi to beam area. The small the beam area, so there is a greater directivity. Very key point from denominator. For an antenna that radiate, for an antenna for an antenna that radiate only half of the sphere, then what happen? Beam area equal to 4 pi divided by 2, therefore 2 pi steradian. Therefore what happened for only half? Directivity equal to 4 pi divided by our answer 2 pi. Therefore 2. So only half if the for a particular antenna if the antenna radiate only half of a sphere, that antenna has directivity equal to 2. Understand? This 2 can be expressed in decibels, that equal to 3.01 dBi. dBi equal to decibels over isotropic antenna. Decibels over isotropic antenna. Note that there is an idealized isotropic antenna, therefore lowest possibility directivity D equal to 1 should be possible. So all actual antennas having directivity greater than 1, D equal to either equal to 1 or greater than 1. In future topics, simple short dipole has directivity equal to 1.5. In future topics, we will derive this directivity for short dipole. The simple short dipole directivity equal to 1.5. So here, so you are watching the updated directivity equations. So this is the hemisphere power pattern. Hemisphere power pattern A and B, and C equal to isotropic pattern. So you are watching the screen, the hemisphere power patterns. Hemisphere power patterns. From that hemisphere power pattern, the gain G. So the gain of an antenna is actual or realized quantity which is less than particular directivity due to the ohmic classes. So in this slide you are watching the relationship between directivity and gain. So directivity equal to gain and directivity. Therefore, gain of a particular antenna is an actual or realized quantity which is always less than directivity. So therefore, directivity due to ohmic losses in the particular antenna, it is random. In transmitting, these losses involve power feeding to the particular antenna, which is not radiated but heats the antenna structure. So therefore, the ratio of the gain to directivity called antenna efficiency factor. Very popular equation. Note down G equal to gain equal to antenna efficiency factor multiplied by directivity. Always this small k antenna efficiency factor lies between 0 to 1 lies between 0 to 1. Very good. So G equal to K into D. That is the G equal to K into D. Already directivity no dimensionless, only numerical quantity 1, 2, 3, etc. Gain also dimensionless, only it will take gain. This K equal to called dimensionless. The gain can be represented in decibel. So antenna efficiency factor has dimensionless value. It lies between 0 to 1. In many sophisticated antenna designs, this directivity always lies with the maximum idealized value. Therefore, directivity is also be expressed in terms of half plane angles. One can say how many half plane angles are available in antenna till now. Yes, one, unmute yourself and say how many half power planes are available. Yes, very good. Two half planes are available. Those are theta half plane and phi half plane. So therefore, by using that knowledge, updated equation for directivity equal to 41253 divided by theta half plane and phi half plane. What is the 41253? Number of square degrees in the particular sphere, 4 pi sphere. Similarly, half power, theta half power and phi half power. So theta half power beam width in one particular plane, one principal plane, phi half power plane, that is the half power beam width in other principal planes. So directivity may be simplified. Directivity may be simplified into 40. So 40,000 divided by theta half plane and phi half plane. Directivity equal to 40 updated equation, simplified equation or approximated value for directivity for our problem calculation. directivity equal to 41253 divided by theta half plane, phi half plane, or D equal to 40,000 divided by theta half plane or phi half plane. So by using this task, by using this example in your notebooks, put example number one. Put example number one. If in that example number one, calculate, note down question problem, calculate directivity for half power bit 20 degree in both the principal planes. Theta is one principal plane, phi is one principal plane. So in your notebooks, put example 1. To put a problem 1, calculate directivity. Calculate directivity D equal to 40,000 divided by theta half plane, phi half plane. So 20, 20, 400. So answer equal to 40,000 divided by 400. 40,000 divided by 400. That equal to 100. So this 100 converted into decibels for isotropic radiator, that equal to 20 dBi. 20 dBi answer. Which means antenna radiates 100 times the power in the direction of main beam as a non-directional isotropic antenna. So isotropic antenna has, you are familiar about definition for isotropic antenna. Similarly, which means antenna radiates 100 times power in the direction of the particular beam. So therefore non-directional isotropic antenna. So if an antenna has a main lobe with half power beam width, if an antenna has main lobe, if an antenna has main lobe, if an antenna has main lobe with half power beam width 20 degree, if half power beam width 20 degree. So if an antenna has main lobe, if an antenna has main lobe with half power beam width HPBW equal to 20 degree. So what is the directivity? Now everybody calculate what is the directivity. So directivity equal to 41,253, 41,253 divided by two half planes. What is the first problem? What is here task? If an antenna has main lobe with half power beam width equal to 20 degree. What is the data given? Half power beam width equal to 20 degree. So our aim equal to directivity. So directivity equal to formula 4 pi divided by beam area. Updated formula 41,253 or 4,000 divided by theta half plane, phi half plane. Therefore 41,253 divided by 20 into 20, answer equal to 4103 or approximately 100, same as isotropic. So which means that, what is our conclusion? Which means that antenna radiate a power in the direction of main lobe maximum, which is about 100 times much would be radiated by isotropic antenna of the same power input. Therefore directivity shows how much that amount of power, how much the, if say if directivity equal to 2, if somebody say if what is the directivity equal to 2, you say that particular antenna will radiate power 2 times that radiated by isotropic antenna in the particular main lobe direction for same input, that is Antenna radiate a power in the direction of the main lobe. Antenna radiate in the power in the direction of main lobe maximum, which is about whatever you answer getting in the directivity problem. Suppose D equal to 10, 20 like that. Therefore, that n times as much would be radiated by non-directional isotropic antenna for the same power input. Very, very popular statement for your interviews and for your competitive examinations. 55 members only present.
9, 10th मध्ये राవాలి. Yeah, but 50.
So next continuation topic, resolution. So you are all watching on your screens resolution. So directivity and resolution. So resolution is very sometimes a crucial parameter for orbits satellite designings, ISRO projects, for example, to track the ground object from the satellite. So this resolution value helps for their tracking and tracing of the satellite objects. So the resolution of the particular antenna may be defined, and that is equal to the beam width between the first nulls, that is the half of the FNBW, that is FNBW by 2. HPPW is simply called resolution. You suppose this somebody say 4 degrees the resolution, 4 degrees the beam area, then you can say the particular, for example, the antenna whose pattern FNBW equal to 2, therefore their resolution equal to 2 degree by 2, 1 degree. So according that, you should be able to distinguish between transmitters on two adjacent satellites in the particular geostationary orbits that are separated by this resolution. Answer 1 degree. So when the antenna beam maximum is aligned, when the antenna beam maximum is aligned with one satellite, the first null coincides with this adjacent satellite. Therefore, half of the beam width between first null, half the beam width between first null is separated by half power beam width. Therefore, FNBW by 2 equal to HPBW. Therefore, the product of FNBW by 2 in two principal planes of particular antenna is measurement, is beam area. So beam area equal to FNB by 2 multiplied by FNBW by 2. So total n equal to, what is the n here? So n equal to 4 pi by ohm A, 4 pi divided by beam area or beam solid angle, beam area or beam solid angle. So n equal to 4 pi, n equal to 4 pi by ohm A. Therefore, directivity equal to 4 pi divided by ohm A. So what is the here directivity equal to n? Directivity equal to n are simply called directivity. So from this slide, the resolution of an antenna may be defines and equals to the beam width between so beam width between first nulls FNBW by 2. For example, if the antenna whose pattern FNBW equal to 2 degree, so therefore it has a resolution of 1 degree. So according that particular when antenna B maximum aligned one satellite and the first null coincides with adjacent satellite likewise. Therefore, directivity equal to number of radio transmitters or point sources that they have radiation distribution. So capital D equal to capital N. So directivity D equal to 4 pi divided by ohm A. 4 pi divided by ohm A, that equal to directivity equal to N. Directivity equal to N.